Welcome. Today we are diving deep into one of the most secretive and powerful intelligence organizations in the world, the GRU, Russia's military intelligence. We will explore the history, structure, and some of the most controversial and high-stakes operations conducted by the GRU. Let's get started. So, what exactly is the GRU? Formerly known as the Main Intelligence Directorate, the GRU is the military intelligence arm of the Russia's General Staff, established in 1918 during the Bolshevik Revolution. It was founded by Lenin to gather intelligence and protect the newly formed Soviet state. Its mission is wide-ranging, from foreign military intelligence gathering to special operations and even cyber warfare. Unlike the KGB or its successor, the FSB, which deals with state security and counterintelligence, the GRU's focus is purely military. It reports directly to the Chief of General Staff and ultimately to the Russian president. Let's go back a little into the GRU's history. It was formed in the aftermath of the Russian Revolution to keep an eye on the enemies of the state, both inside and outside of Russia. During the Russian Civil War, between 1917 and 1922, the GRU played a key role in tracking foreign intervention and internal threats, learning early on to use espionage, sabotage, and covert operations as tools of warfare. Fast forward to the Cold War, and the GRU became a powerhouse. It set up one of the largest networks of military spies across the world. However, it largely operated in the shadows, while the more well-known KGB was in the spotlight. The GRU's focus was on gathering military intelligence and preparing for potential conflict, especially with NATO. Now let's talk about how the GRU is structured today and what it does. The GRU is known for its deep and complex layers of intelligence work. Some of its main tasks include gathering intelligence on foreign military capabilities, influencing political affairs, conducting special operations, and cyber warfare. The GRU operates across different domains. Foreign military intelligence. Here, GRU operatives are embedded in Russian embassies, military attaches, and other overseas posts. They gather intelligence on the military capabilities and strategic intentions of the foreign nations. Cyber operations. This is a major field where GRU has made headlines. Units like APT-28, also known as a Fancy Bear, have been involved in some of the world's most infamous hacking operations. Special Operations Forces, Spetsnaz. These elite forces are trained for sabotage, reconnaissance, and direct action behind enemy lines. Satellite and reconnaissance intelligence. The GRU also uses advanced satellite systems for signal intelligence and global surveillance. Now let's get into some of the most famous or infamous operations conducted by the GRU. These operations show just how far-reaching and bold the agency can be. First, we have the poisoning of the Sergei Skripal in 2018. Skripal was a former GRU officer who had defected to the UK. In March of that year, he and his daughter were poisoned using a nerve agent called Novichok in Salisbury, England. This was an audacious assassination attempt carried out by two GRU operatives traveling under the names Ruslan Bosirov and Alexander Petrov. The attack led to massive diplomatic fallout, with over 20 countries expelling Russian diplomats. Next, we have the interference in the 2016 US presidential elections. The GRU was behind the hacking of the Democratic National Committee (DNC) and the email account of John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman. The hacked information was then released to WikiLeaks, causing significant political fallout in the United States. The operation was carried out by GRU's cyber unit APT-28, also known as Fancy Bear. Their involvement was confirmed by US intelligence, leading to severe sanctions against Russia. In 2014, the GRU played a pivotal role in Russian annexation of Crimea. GRU operatives disguised as local militia worked closely with Russian special forces to secure critical infrastructure on the peninsula. The operation was part of the border hybrid warfare strategy that combined military force, disinformation campaign, and covert action. Another major cyber operations occurred in 2017 with the NotPetya ransomware attack, which targeted Ukraine but spread globally. This was one of the most damaging cyber attacks in the history, affecting businesses and infrastructure in over 60 countries. The GRU Unit 74455, often called as Sandworm, was linked to this attack, which caused billions of dollars in damages. So how does the GRU fit into modern geopolitics? Today, the GRU is central to Russia's strategy of projecting power globally, using what we call asymmetric warfare or hybrid warfare. This means using mix of conventional military power and cyber operations, espionage and covert action to achieve objectives without engaging in open war. For example, in the Middle East, GRU has played a critical role in Syria, where it has provided intelligence and coordinated Russian military support for Bashar al-Assad regime. GRU operatives work closely with Syrian forces and Iranian militias to maintain Russian influence in the region. One of the key strengths of the GRU is its ability to maintain plausible deniability. Many of its operations are designed to obscure the direct involvement of the Russian state. This allows Russia to avoid full-scale conflict while still achieving its goals. However, the GRU has faced some significant challenges in recent years. The agency has seen increased operational exposure. For instance, after the Skripal poisoning, international investigations revealed the identities of the operatives involved, exposing how the GRU carries out its mission. This has damaged Russia's diplomatic relations with several countries. Additionally, sanctions have been imposed on GRU leaders and operatives, creating financial and logistical hurdles for the agency. Western nations have also significantly strengthened their cyber defenses, making it harder for the GRU hackers to operate undetected. Internally, the GRU has faced leadership purges, especially after high-profile operational failures. Despite these setbacks, the agency remains a key instrument of Russian military power. Looking ahead, what does the future hold for the GRU? It's clear the agency will continue to evolve. With the rise of cyber warfare and the growing importance of information dominance, the GRU will likely invest even more in its cyber capabilities. Expect to see continued involvement in hybrid warfare, blending military, cyber, and disinformation tactics. Despite global condemnation and sanctions, the GRU remains central to Russian strategy. It will continue to use its extensive network of operatives and intelligence capabilities to influence global affairs, project power, and secure Russian interests abroad. In conclusion, the GRU is more than just a military intelligence agency. It is a key player in Russia's global strategy. From cyber attacks to covert operations, the GRU has proven to be a formidable force in modern war, often operating in the shadows. Despite facing numerous challenges, it continues to adapt to the changing landscape of international conflict. Thank you for tuning in today. Stay tuned for more in-depth explorations. Until next time, take care.